my gosh, the cardiac kids strike again. Sunday night football, prime time on a holiday weekend. Coming off a bye, we got to sit back and enjoy other NFL football. We got to see the Chiefs lose. We got to see other teams perform. Got to see how the standings shuffled out. And we had a lot riding in on this game. But you know what? Even though we faltered in moments, Broncos get it done 27-26 against the Washington Commanders. And we continue to show that we are a mature team. And my gosh, there are, again, this is our playbook. There are so many different ups and downs, peaks and valleys to every single Bronco game this year. I feel like this is, again, an overtime victory. It's going to have ups and downs, peaks and valleys, hence why it went to overtime. So we're going to get into it. This is the Buck Your Feelings podcast. We're going to have a lot of feelings to buck. So we might as well just, get on going here. So let's ride.
Every touchdown scored, our spirits ignite. Let's celebrate our boys into the night. When the whistle blows, it's all about the day. Through the highs and lows, we'll never feel shame. This is our house. Hear the fans scream, buck your feelings.
Oh my gosh. Hey. I mean, we might well, if we were not to. Here's primetime action. Primetime action. And it's crucial primetime action. And you know what? On that note, welcome to the Buck Your Feelings podcast. We are your classic post-game show here. And boys, we always have these post-game shows after game. But it's even sweeter, and I've said this in the past, it's even sweeter to have primetime games. We've got a little late night vibes going on here. And obviously, we kick it up a notch when we got a dub, to ride on those vibes at the late night hour here. So with that being said, we got next to me, Johnny, the Mile High Viking, right next to me. Oh. And there he is. We got on the bottom screens here, we got the Mile High Outcast in full, in the flesh, ready to go.
It's a nothing rhymes with orange and blue Mile High Outcast post-game mashup.
Yep, same, but different. Absolutely.
You know it.
Appreciate you guys for joining me. What a ridiculous game. Again, like I said, ups and downs. It's got to be, Bronco football if it's not like last second victory or loss. And another, chapter or addition to that this year. Against, like an opponent that, to be honest, is inferior. It's NFC. It doesn't matter. Like in the grand scheme of life, of standings and like what this head-to-head matchup means, it means nothing. It's a victory we needed to have, obviously. But, very close call, filled with a lot, like I said, ups and downs. Johnny, give me some of your ups and downs. Give me some of your highs and lows. I know you're glass half full, you're Mr. Optimist, but okay. give me a little bit of mix here.
Well, highs, offense. Bo Nix, the offense is a high for me today. Absolutely. Okay. I mean, what have we been asking for all season long? And that is complete games, right? Balance between offense and defense. And we've seen that 2 weeks in a row now. Now, it shouldn't have taken us this long to get there, but we are. Okay? Consistently, offense is doing their job. And that's a real high point for me. Low point, okay, questionable defensive play calling by Vance Joseph tonight. It's Vance Joseph. I know that he probably wanted to stick it to Cliff Kingsbury because they used to coach together. And he's like, I want to show you. I'm going to try. But that's not necessarily the best time to mix it up. And dropping into zone as often as they did tonight was not the best recipe for success. Zach Ertz over the middle was eating us alive in zone coverage. Eating us alive. What did Zach Ertz end up with in this game? Something like 9-10 receptions. I mean, and all of them for pretty decent chunk yardage almost every time. So this, like that is my low. That will be my low, my valley. I got my offense at the peaks and valleys. Offense at the peak. Defensive play calling by Vance Joseph in this particular game is my valley.
So for you, tonight is the bizarro world. Defense sucks, and all the praise for the offense.
Just why are you doing? They don't suck, but I mean the thing is, like especially when the Commanders do what they did this week, preparing for this game to make for their to alter or prepare their playbook for quick pass. Yeah. The way that they did to get that ball out as fast as Mariota did, which is not a normal Mariota thing to be doing, right? For us to be deciding to suddenly switch into zone coverage, that's questionable. Why are you doing that? I'm not saying they suck. In zone coverage, when that is the offensive play calling style in that game, you're gonna get chewed up. And so why? Why, Vance Joseph, were we doing this? Because this would, I know that Vance saw it. Why didn't he make the adjustment and be like, dude, we got to stick to man and not be going into zone so much? Why did we keep going back into zone?
So we got a classic Nancy Kerrigan. Why?
I get it. Okay. If you looked at like earlier games, Vance has had a man on one side or man on one or two people, and then he's done zone mashups. Like he's had some good schemes. It's just Washington had a good plan on getting the ball out of Mariota's hands quickly and not letting that pass rush influence his decisions. And I think it worked out good for them, but I won't say it made us look bad, but it just they executed on their game plan good enough to expose a couple of things that could be used. But they have the right personnel. Like not every team has that personnel that they have. So
sure. Well, okay. What do you think about the offense, Medbot?
I mean, we looked really good at times. I like especially coming out. We the first drive we held the ball a good amount of the time of possession was good. We methodically moved it down. We just didn't get the touchdown. So we got to find a way when we get to these red zones. We got to find a way to get the ball in the end zone, and it's going to come. I'm not worried, but I liked how the whole team. There was a point later in the game where they got like a pretty good first down, and I see Benito and somebody else from the defense come run down and smack the guy in his before he went back out there and was like, man, good job, So I like the whole energy from the whole team. So I think the offense is still sufficient, and like I said, I'm not gonna hate on them. So they made me eat crow before, and I'm not gonna do it again.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
We've seen that like in the history, we're bend don't break, right? We've had instances. Maybe you can take the microscope out of lens and say, like in the macro sense of this season, this is a bend type of game where the defense looks human, but over the totality of the season, we're still no break, right? Like
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
This guy's not falling, Johnny. Okay. Tim Dog, before I get to you, Tim Dog, I do want to throw up a couple comments here. Like a good neighbor, Gary Neighbors is here. Go Broncos, #1 win. 10-2. Yeah, it's got a good ring to it. Good ring to it.
Number
Rolls
one.
off the tongue. 10-2. It's good stuff. We got Blitzby repping in the house. Defense was absolutely atrocious tonight. Let Marcus Mariota
knock it
you up. A new unique New York. Yeah, but better not wake up next week. Yeah, because we've got some big opponents coming up here. Like this was supposed to be an easy win, on paper. Looking at this game, we've got far bigger games on the horizon than just this.
Can I just comment on that for just a real quick, Jay?
Yeah.
Can we also maybe give a little bit of flowers though to Washington's coaching staff, to Cliff Kingsbury, to Dan Quinn for game planning the way they did against, to be ready for.
Hold on, Johnny. I haven't got to go yet. You can't take words out of my mouth.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm sorry.
You know what? Just for that, we're going to cut the comment section short. Tim Dog, you're up. There's your soapbox. Enjoy your time, sir. You're on the clock.
Oh, man. First thing I'm going to say before I get into this, Johnny, you've told me that you've done 3 shows in one day before. This is my 3rd. And my legs, bro. My legs. Going through the play-by-play with Rob, which was such a blessing, man. That guy is awesome. But I did pregame, and then we did the play-by-play. So I know what you're talking about is to be in one seat for 3 shows in a row. So I give you props.
Marathon?
And
it ain't no joke, bro.
And I hope you know that I'm in that boat with you, man, because I love the Orange and Blue Network.
So what you're saying is you respect me even more now.
Nope. Actually, just for that comment, you're knocked down a couple more pegs.
Yeah.
Oh, eat me.
Damn it, Johnny!
Getting to what Johnny was saying, if you look at the play-by-play that me and Rob were calling, I kept telling Rob all game, look how fast this ball is getting out. And he goes, that's not a Mariota thing, or a Mariota, however you want to say it, Jay.
PC police are on their way, Tim Dog.
But he goes, that's an offensive call. That's not whether it is or not, it is for the game because you don't always see him doing that. But they had a game plan to not let Bonito, not let all these rushers get in that everyone could get in. They were getting that ball off fast. I won't say this defense was atrocious.
No.
I will not say that. They gave up big plays that they shouldn't have. But what happened was they weren't ready for Mariota just to fire that ball off. They were like, oh, wait. They got a game plan. We thought we were going to roll all over. So the defense going on from here out needs to realize that offensive coordinators and head coaches are going to draw up offensive schemes to get that ball out so we're not getting those sacks, so we don't get that sack record. Nobody wants that on them where Broncos got 6-7 sacks in one game.
6-7.
Yeah. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that.
Caveat.
Thanks for that layup.
I got a caveat. My kids with that 6-7 crap, man. It's getting to the point now where I can't even say the number 6. Like just the number 6. Like, hey, Dad, how far are we from home? Like 6 minutes. 6-7. We were driving to Colorado for Thanksgiving last weekend, going through Kansas City. We had to cut through on I-6, on the 670 through Kansas City to cut it short going down I-70. I said to my wife, I'm like, yeah, we're getting off at 670 right now. My kid's in the back, 670, and I'm like, God bless it. This is gonna drive me crazy.
on the defensive side, what I will say is we got to figure out a way to stay home where you got to put pressure on that quarterback. That doesn't get to just roll out and get 11, 12 yards for a first down. Somebody's got to be there. Because when you're coming inside, that's what I saw all game, Jay. And I'm going to be honest with you. Nobody was staying home. So if you didn't have that quick throw or the zone coverage where someone's open up the middle, he rolled out and he got yardage. That's what worries more. It's not the zone letting up 10, 11 yards for, a couple passes. It's that not staying home to where the quarterback doesn't fear, like he knows he can just roll out because everyone's just coming in. But for the most part, they only took in 4 all game. They didn't blitz much.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, there are blemishes. There are things to pick apart in this game. This was not a perfect game. I've said this multiple times throughout this whole season. This is a flawed team. And very rarely do flawed teams transform into like playoff teams, like when the nitty gritty happens. I've talked about winter football,
let alone the number 1 seed in the AFC.
But dude, we're backing into it. It's insane. It doesn't make any sense.
Jay has that point because Jay's been saying this for like 2 or 3 weeks. Winter football, and it's coming true, and I'm gonna give you your props on that because, dude, like it's winter. Figure it out. They're not spreading all out and doing this. Now they're coming over the middle. Now they're running, and now they're coming out, and no one's staying home. Winter football, Jay. So I agree with you, bro.
And I mean, hey, right now the Broncos in the last 4 games have won all the last 4 games by 3 points or less.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, again, I'll say it again. This is the most clutch team in the NFL. Yes, I agree with you, Jay. We're backing into it, and we're not. This team is flawed. But the one thing that they have going for them is that despite their flaws, they find a way to get it done week in, week out, every single time. And so, like, well, yes, I would absolutely love just pure sheer dominance. The fact that every time that we're down, we are able to, or not necessarily, down or close, we're able to turn up the heat enough to get it done. Clutch, dude, as clutch as this team is.
We can't keep doing that, though.
You are what your record is. I mean, that's a very,
Thank you. 10-2, top of the AFC.
For a reason, right? Metlock,
Yes.
What do you think?
So, I mean, like everybody said, I think it's I had the same feeling. I was like, man, we can't keep playing like this. But after we beat the Chiefs, like I said, I gotta stop doubting them. The offense is gonna find a way to get it done. No matter if it's good, it's bad, it's ugly, it's gonna get it done. And the defense is gonna be there. And just like tonight, my theory on the night is, the defense was there. They may have bended a couple times, but when it was time to settle up, they went to Tombstone. They said, "Oh, y'all want to go for 2? You want to play for blood? Oh, okay. Hey, I'm your Huckleberry. That's just my game. That's just my game.
My name is Nick Benito, bitch.
Yeah, let's go for 2." And Benito was Doc Holliday. He said, "I got you." He said, "No, we ain't doing this. We're gonna go home. We gonna knock this down. We're just gonna run down the field. This is a game." So yeah, I'm not
Johnny Ringo. You look like somebody walked on your grave.
I like how you put that. If you remember it.
Hey, I'm your Huckleberry.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Uh-huh.
I'm your Huckleberry.
To a certain point,
they went to FAFO and they found out that we are very clutch team. No matter whether it's offense or defense, we're gonna find a way to get it done. And that's why I said, like, I really liked, seeing some of these plays where the whole team was happy, not just the offense, not just the defense. The whole team was happy. So, like I said, we're coming around on offense. We're gonna get it done. Just imagine if we get it clicking. I mean, nobody wants to see us. Nobody wants.
No, you're right.
Nobody
you're right.
wants to see us.
And to the fact, Tim Dog, we don't necessarily get the respect that we're due. I mean, at the end of the day, Washington's going for 2, trying to punk us, right?
Exactly.
Like they don't care. Like normal teams that are in contention that are playing the real game are going for a field goal right there, and we continue on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my point to that statute is do we have to give the offense that much credit this week? Because I don't believe we do. I will say we did better. I would say we did better. And Ingram, I mean, if you want to go back to pregame from earlier at 5:00, I'm like, Bronco Rob gave me my props. He's like, you're right. Ingram's coming through, doing some stuff. But like, it's just not clicking all the way for me. And we're getting closer to the playoffs, and that's what worries me. I'm not saying we're not pulling it off. I'm not saying we're not clutch. Johnny, I know you're saying we pull it off every game. I just get worried about the closer we get to the playoffs. Are we going to keep winning like that?
Well, let me take that topic, Tim. Let me take that topic and just say, I feel like in the bye week, there was some housekeeping that we did on the offensive side as far as scheme, as far as players getting involved that hadn't been passed. We saw some new development as far as plays that were called by Sean. There was housekeeping that was involved, I think, in the bye week that showed its head in this game. And to that point also, Johnny, I just want to take a quick pause here. We got to like, share, and subscribe. We got housekeeping ourselves that we need to get out of the way here because we haven't hit it. And, you know, we're chugging along here. And we can get caught up in these emotions. Because this is the Buck Your Feelings podcast, obviously. But for anyone that doesn't know, anyone on the World Wide Web, the WWW out there, go find us on all the social medias. Oh, and I'm right there. I was going to say spotlighted for all. But, you know, you got all those icons there. You know, go find us. Obviously, we're the Orange and Blue Network. It's the Buck Your Feelings podcast. Just, you know how to find us. Go do a Google. All right, it's worth a Google. But Johnny, you want to hit up some dubs?
Some dubs. Well, I mean, them Broncos. Them Broncos got them dubs. So we got to do the dubs.
Where's my dubs?
Give me one second here, though. I gotta get it set up. All right, y'all. Hey, make sure you also show some love to the sponsor of tonight's post-game show. That Jay's got it right there. You can find the link in the comments below. That is Dubby Jitterless Energy Blend at Dubby.gg. Go click the link, jump on over, check out some Dubby. Dubby comes in a multitude of delicious flavors. They're going to be scrolling through right here as I talk. You can see a bunch of them. And look at that. For the next 24 hours, 50% off everything.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Now, Dubby comes in all these amazing flavors, has the caffeine that you need to kick you in the butt to get your day going, keep your day going, but without getting the jitters or the crash at the end of your day. Why? Because Dubby has no sugar in it. It also has no calories or maltodextrin, fillers, or artificial colors. It's all natural with nothing but amino acids, B vitamins, nootropics, and the caffeine that's in Dubby comes directly from the coffee fruit. So it's as natural as it can be. I promise you're going to want to try this stuff. Jay and I swear by it, and when you get it for yourself, you'll see why. You'll see why we swear by it, and you will get yourself the dub, just like the Broncos did tonight. We've already seen for the next 24 hours everything on Dubby, excluding the anime, the anime mashups, is 50% off. So we are going to make that even sweeter because you're going to get 10% off on top of that 50% by using code OBN10, OBN10 at checkout. Gets you 10% off your order. So go get yourself the dub, just like the Broncos did tonight, and teach me how to Dubby.
Johnny, that's what we call a compound discount. We stack in those discounts, okay?
Just like Broncos stacking wins, baby.
I got
9 game
to scan the scooping, young man. Yep. Might as well. All right. Want to get back into some comments. Got to stroll through the comment stream here. We got the grunt. The grunt in the house. He says he agreed with Blitz. He's kind of taking the pessimist route here for the game. He's saying officiating needs to do better. A lot of holding. Pass rushers just blatantly just weren't called. I mean, does anybody have like an officiating note for this game? I really don't. And I think that is a statement in itself that this wasn't an officiating game. I don't think things were egregious on either side. What say
not necessarily egregious. Now I have an officiating note for the league this week.
Oh.
And okay, when you say they're not egregious, I think it's not so much the calls that were made, because in fact, if you look at penalties for for both teams, pretty damn even.
Small. Yeah.
Pretty damn even the whole way across. But what I will say is that there were a lot of no calls. And it wasn't just on the Commanders. It was on us too. Now, there was a lot more holding calls that I saw that didn't get called on the Commanders. But there was some illegal contacts that I saw not get called on the Broncos.
Sure.
Some other things. But then league wide this week, there were some just absolutely egregious pass interference calls.
Yeah.
Ones that were like worse than Riley Moss pass interference calls. Like I'm like, where you're just looking at it, you're like, how is that a pass? I mean, there's just something's got to be done about the refs, about the officiating in the NFL as a whole. They got to stop letting them be part-timers. This has got to be their full-time job. Number one thing, all that they do is study, focus, and learn NFL officiating, because this inconsistency in officiating across the league has got to freaking stop.
Boys down here, were you on Zebra Watch? Was that a notable thing in your eyes to this game?
Not tonight. I think that like Johnny was saying, there was a couple of bad calls on each side, but not enough to where it,
handful.
It made me, like, oh my gosh, what the heck are they doing? So yeah, I mean, that's gonna happen each week, but yeah, it wasn't nothing too crazy. So
moderate.
No, in this game tonight, they let them play. Officiating had nothing to do with anything for anybody to win.
5-5. It was 5 penalties for each team. Broncos for yes. Hang on.
Both teams.
Let's see. Broncos for 30. Broncos actually came out on top.
Can I finish, Johnny?
No.
No, absolutely not.
Where's that mute button?
Yeah. I'm the mute guy now. No, but it didn't. I don't care if there was 5 penalties each team. There was 5 penalties for each team. It's not one-sided like it was 10 penalties to the Broncos and only 1 for KC. It's not like that. The officiating had nothing to do with the outcome of this game. I feel like they let them play, and that's like for what you're saying throughout the league. I agree. There was some bad calls, but if we're going to talk about this game tonight, officiating had nothing to do with the outcome.
Agreed.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
And ultimately, Jay, I just want to say this: the Broncos actually came out on top in the in terms of penalties, because we had 5 for 33 yards, they had 5 for 35. So ultimately, we actually won. We actually won the battle of attrition in terms of penalties.
Is that the first one of the season?
Yeah, right.
Maybe. I'll tell you what did make an impact on the outcome of this game: the hype we got from Shy all throughout. We got pregame, we got during game, we got post game, obviously here. We're talking about doing 3 shows, gentlemen. Shy's on 3 shows. He's going. He's active commenter. We always appreciate you, Shy.
And Shy's get hyped. Gets hyped, during pregame and on its own on YouTube now. By the way, every week now, get hyped will be its own video on YouTube.
Going viral.
Shy, I got a little worried about you. You comment towards the end of the game. You said we lost the game, and I was like, no, that's not Shy. I was like, who grabbed his phone and who put that in there for him?
I thought you were ahead of me in the stream or something like that, Shy. Like you were, Nostradamus down here.
Yeah.
He got hacked.
There you go.
Shy got hacked, y'all. He got hacked.
A new name for me, at least. SKYL. Coco King Jar Jar. Anybody else? Nope.
That's a new name to Orange and Blue Network. Welcome to the Orange and Blue.
Appreciate you being here,
crew, Coco King.
Very much so. Just want to make a statement. Can we understand that the team that we just faced made the NFC title game last year, and they added Debo, another big weapon? Just to throw that out there. And granted, yes, I know. Daniel's not playing is a major factor, obviously, in the year-over-year comparison for the team. But even so, that is a deep team, and we already talked about the veteran coaching staff that they have. Cliff Kingsbury is a legitimate OC. We have sung his praises before. And then Dan Quinn, obviously, is a defensive, genius. That's why he keeps getting head coaches, head coaching positions.
But why was Daniels up in the box instead
that
of
was-
being there helping out with calls? Like that kind of takes a little discredit away.
Maybe
In
he
my
forgot
eyes-
his code at home.
Jay's like, you don't know his life.
We got D-Rock in the house. What an
D-Rock.
effing game, boys. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
And he's saying, give Mariota some credit because he played one hell of a game. And he did. He's serviceable. He's serviceable. He's not, he shouldn't be playing multiple games. Like that's ridiculous. But like he's a good random sub in,
Well, I will say this: Bronco Rob from pregame earlier today. He's like, he's a veteran. You got to watch out. He's gonna have something, and you know what? He did show. So I think that's a great take because Mariota, he held his own today.
I said the same thing about Davis Mills coming in. Davis Mills is a very high floor. Like he's not going to throw 3 picks coming into a game. Neither is Mariota.
I honestly had forgotten that Mariota had legs like that.
Oh.
He surprised me, dude. He kept moving that ball with his legs, and I had honestly forgotten that he could do that.
Yep.
So flowers.
Somewhere Dak is wearing a Ducks jersey, just like
for crying out loud
on in the dark somewhere. We know what's happening. Yep. Sounds like that coming from the bedroom. We got Coco King Jar Jar back in the house. Also, Riley Moss in a complete game actually played a good game. Now, I still have some head scratches on the Debo go route because it did look like offensive pass interference, but that's really the only big thing Riley did. And yeah. I would say, Riley got burned on, I'd say 2 plays. 2 plays in the game. And other than that, he was golden. He did.
And one of those plays, because I'm pretty sure you're talking about the one where Moss got mossed.
He did.
There was nothing else he could have done. He was as tight on that coverage as he could have been.
Nothing else. If that ball was anywhere else, it would not have been caught, dude. Like
exactly. He did everything he could on that play. And now on the other one, the Debo go route, that one, he hesitated. He looked back to the ball real quick, hesitated, and then lost his coverage.
Let's talk about that Burks touchdown. That Burks one-hander, the OBJ times 3.
My
I think
boy,
is what I saw it stated out there in social media realms. Matt Overton.
That's my boy, Matt Overton, coach of the Gallatin Green Wave High School football team here in Sumner County, Tennessee. Good friend of mine. Love Matt. Hope you're recovering well from your knee injury, my friend. That Burks TD, dude, that was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing as a fan of the opposing team.
Well, and a former Titan Burks is, and as a Titans fan, I catch the drift here of Mr. Overton. So appreciate you being in the comments here. Bronco Rob back in the house. He's saying what's up. 10-2 again. That ring of 10-2 sounds super good, man. We also got Yost back in the house. We don't get much respect. We are due because we're going to overtime with a 3-8 team. We have a massive play to not lose in the team, and we went in clutch. But luck isn't a strategy. It's kind of the same thing we were talking about is like maintaining this small margin victory format that we got going on here that we seem to be copying and pasting for a majority of our W's throughout this season. Like, is that a sustainable method of operating as we get into winter football? Medlock, what do you think about, I guess, just the luck? Is there luck involved in what's happening for the Broncos this year with these small margin victories? Is there luck from your perspective?
Not luck. I mean, our defense has been on point. So the defense has kept us in the games. It has, like I said, it's been a mix of Sean Payton not really having a good play calling scheme each game. And then just like I said, we're took the last two plays away from being either a one-win team or having no losses. So we've been in it, and I would rather have games where we're close and pulled out than games that we're close and we just keep losing. So
like it had been for years here.
Yeah.
Correct.
So like I said, after the KC game, I'm not doubting them no more. They're gonna my defense is gonna be there. The Bronco D is gonna be there. They're gonna get it done. They're gonna make sure that they're gonna put our offense in a couple of great chances to win the game. And we haven't even been getting like a lot of turnovers. We haven't been getting pick sixes. We haven't been getting fumbles for touchdowns. So there's much more our defense could do, and it's not like it's not for lack of effort. It just hasn't happened. So, like I said, if our offense gets going and then we start getting some more turnovers, I mean, man, dude, I like the sky's the limit for us. Like we have a good path along through the rest of the season to make a long run. And like I said, we make a long run. We get J.K. Dobbins back. I mean, it's all an upside for me. It may look bad, but it's all an upside for me because we'll be getting W's.
Tim Dog, along the same lines, the luck involved in what's happening here late game for the Broncos, the heroics, the cardiac kids. Is this something you think that will transfer as far as a trait for a team going into the playoffs? Like, is this something that you think is replicable?
It absolutely is. I don't like it. And once again, from pregame, I was like, here's our chance to play a team like Washington and step up our game on offense. Here's a chance for us to get everyone involved, to get that ball out in the air, deep throws. And don't get me wrong, they did involve Sutton. They did involve Ingram. They did do better tests. What I will say, you still did the exact same thing, even getting people involved. And that's the concerning thing to me. Even though you got more receivers involved, and like we did on our last game, you're still barely pulling it out. Instead of going for that deep threat, making the defense go play out their hill so they're worried about a run so Harvey can open it up, or let Harvey open it up if it takes 2 drives in a row to let him open it up for the passing game and he runs for 20 yards. Like, either way, it to me, it's like they don't know what they want to do. Do they want to pass? Do they want to rush? So to me, there is a little bit of luck there because at the end, our defense is going to pull it out one way or another because that's what they have to do. If the defense didn't win it for us tonight, I know Washington went for it because they have no playoff hopes, right? But what are you going to do?
They don't.
What are you going to do if that's the Patriots or if that's, whoever, Baltimore even now, that they're going to kick that field goal and now what? Like, it should have never came down to that far. There's so many chances that we could have took on offense that we didn't take. So I think there is a little bit of luck, meaning that our defense is just carrying that load week after week. Even though we're getting more people involved, the same outcome comes in the fourth quarter, and it's frustrating.
Johnny, our offense has been obviously much improved in the fourth quarter compared to the other quarters in the game. Like, on average throughout this season, we talk about cardiac kids, like what's happened in the fourth quarter for this team. But if you had to pick, like, are you more confident in the fourth quarter in the offense, the defense, the special teams? Like, what is it about the team in the fourth quarter that you think is like the catalyst as to why things are the way they are right now?
I mean, I have to be. I have to be, right? Because there's been no evidence to the contrary all season long. Like, what is this? What is this now? 6 fourth quarter, technically 6 fourth quarter comebacks for wins. I mean, it's what we do. And again, I get what you guys are saying. I really do. I mean, I absolutely, I have to acknowledge it. It's you want to see more. We want to not be putting ourselves in the position that we have to do it. But there's just something there. And Cortland Sutton, I don't know if you guys saw the interview with Cortland Sutton locker room following the Chiefs game, talking about Bo Nix. You asked me, why is that? And why is it that the Broncos are so clutch in the fourth quarter? Why do they just suddenly find the motivation? And Cortland Sutton said he attributes all of it to Bo. He said that for some reason, Bo is the kind of person who, when you put him into a high pressure situation, and there are people like this in life all over the place, when you put that they do one thing and they do it okay until the moment that they're truly under pressure. And there's not many of them. Okay. It's not like it's like 50% of the population thrives under pressure. Like, people who thrive under high pressure situations are pretty rare.
Practice
but Bo is
players
one of
versus
those.
gamers.
Exactly. And Bo is one of those. For whatever reason, Cortland Sutton straight up gave it to Bo and was like, he just gets all of us. He gets in that mindset, and suddenly he's just doing it, and we're doing it with him.
Yeah.
And and as Bo goes, so goes the team. So Bo gets in that mindset, and he's like on fire. The receivers start making these these great clutch catches, chunk yardage out of nowhere that we were like, where was this in the first three quarters? And then the defense, of course, who was pretty tired at that point, they're like, all right, they get a second win. They're hyped up, and they're right behind him. That's why. There's just,
you said go, Bo, go.
Bo knows.
No.
They said it on NBC before the game. They were doing on what is it? Football, football in America Tonight or whatever, the pregame show. They had a whole segment called Bo Knows.
Yep.
And that's just, that's the Bo factor. It's the Knicks factor that just seems to just turn this whole team on. No, not being dirty there. Seems to get the whole.
Sure, Johnny. Sure.
Hey, everybody takes notice of him, man. He turns heads. He is the quintessential leader when it comes to. I relate it to like that 1980 hockey team beat the Soviet Union, Lake Placid.
Miracle on Ice.
Yes,
Yeah.
Miracle on Ice. Yeah.
The captain, was not the best player. It's not the guy that is consistently scoring. It's not the guy that is consistently being the reason why you win games, but it's a guy that in the most crucial moment knows exactly what to do. And you trust in his leadership in the crunch time. And that's Bo Nix. And I think that's what this team sees him as. I
had one commanding officer in my time in the Army that was just like that. Not that, war is a little different, but, he wasn't up for promotion to 1 or 2 star general. He was a colonel, one hell of a guy. I'm not going to say his name on here because I have too much respect for him to name drop, but I had one commander that I had the entirety of my Army service, that this guy, he just had that quality about him, that regardless of the fact that it wasn't always picture perfect in everything that we did, I would have followed that man to the gates of hell, knowing full well that I was going to die without a second thought, without question, because he just inspired that much confidence in the people beneath him, that much confidence and that much reverence. So that's what Bo is to this team. Bo is the Broncos now.
Yeah. You're right.
That is the best way to say it. Bo is now the Broncos.
The easy answer to that question is that, we all just rely on the defense. And like the defense is why we're a fourth quarter team, right? It's actually not the case. And I think you're spot on with that. Bo is the catalyst when it comes to fourth quarter. Our defense is the norm. Our defense is the constant, in scientific, testing. Like that's the guarantee. We're not changing that. We know exactly what we're getting every single quarter. And the ups and downs of our team all goes with the offense. But as long as you get that part right in the fourth quarter, everything works out. Everything falls into place. All is going to be well. And we just have a propensity to be able to, find gold in the fourth quarter, man. Offensively, it's nuts.
But you also got to look at it as Bo wouldn't get that chance besides the Giants game, besides the New York game. You wouldn't have that chance to pull it off without the defense doing what they had to do. I know you said it's the norm because it is the norm, but in a way,
It's set
like,
up. You're right.
It's like,
You're right.
why do we have to get you here so you can win the game in the fourth quarter? Imagine the defense like going off the field what they did to Dallas Cowboys. You know what I mean? Like that's what we need to go into as the playoffs, where it's not all on the defense, and then they can figure out a way to win it in the fourth quarter. I am not knocking the Broncos fan. I bleed orange and blue. To the day I die, I will always bleed orange and blue. Here's the problem. Playoffs are different than regular season. So I don't know if we're going to be able to keep that process going throughout playoff mode. Because if that regular season mode goes into the playoffs, we're doomed.
Yeah.
We have to figure something to plug.
It's not a sustainable model. You're totally right. And that,
Okay. Can I ask Tim you a question then, Tim?
Yes, sir.
Can I? So then, do you think that we are at a point where if we're soon? And I want to say that yes to this question, but do you think that we're at a point that soon we will see it just suddenly click? Because the consistency we've seen it 2 weeks in a row now. Broncos Chiefs, Broncos Commanders. We have seen it 2 weeks in a row now where the offense is starting to really march. They have a few missteps, but they're getting there. And we're seeing the consistency rise. So do you think that soon we're going to see something just click?
I hope so. I believe in it. I thought it was going to happen this week. I honestly thought it was going to happen this week. So now we're going to go into Las Vegas, and we should be able to do the same thing what we should have done today. So that's going to be our next test, because then we got to come back here and we got to play Green Bay. So why not open up this playbook and take everything down the field and do what we got to do against teams like Washington and the Raiders, so we can get ready for a Green Bay team, so we can get ready to go into Arrowhead, so we can get ready for that number 2 or number 1 seed in the playoffs.
Okay.
I agree.
Go ahead, man.
I agree with your last part, what you were saying, and I hear what you're saying on the first part. But I definitely think that especially I thought this week against Washington, we'd opened it up a little bit more, which I definitely think we had some good drives, where we methodically moved the ball down the field. Like I said, we didn't score enough touchdowns. 1 or 2 more drives where we finished off with the touchdown instead of a field goal. Totally different game, of course. So I'm not trying to play the what ifs, but we had some good running plays with Ingram. We had not Ingram, but
Harvey,
and then we had the long pass to a couple of good passes to Ingram. I thought they were having some good route combinations that were a little bit better than I've seen through the first part of the season. So I definitely think it's coming into to where it's going to click. And like I said earlier, if we can just get a little bit more production from the offense, and the defense is going to be there. Like I said, we haven't got a lot of interceptions, turnovers, and points off defensive points, but like I said, if any of that starts to click a little bit more, man, we're going to be a totally this is going to be a totally hot team.
Dominant at that point.
Yeah.
No, and I think there are a lot of parts to the offense that we had as a given, just knowing Sean Payton and knowing our personnel. And I kind of what I alluded to, and I think others have, post game here, is that our offense did look a little different out of a bye. There were definitely some route combinations we hadn't seen before. There were some targets, or I guess, let me say it this way. Target share changed quite a bit in the business mix of targets for our general offense. I think changed a little bit post-bye. And I think that's going to kind of lead to maybe some new blood in a nice segment of throwing some balls out for a game. So, gentlemen, I kind of want to get your 2 cents on some of the highlights, some of the big ballers of this game. So, without further ado, who's got your ball? All right. Well, who's got the balls? And with a foursome here with a nice little, square, little cube, I feel like we should go 2 each and see where the night takes us here. So 2 each. It can be offense, defense, special teams. We've gotten creative in the past. You know the drill. But a nice platform to highlight some of the stats, some of the box scores. So Johnny, I'm going to give you first stab here. Right out of the gate. I know,
I'm honored.
High in the sky tonight, but let's see what you got for a game ball.
Well, I was high in the sky tonight for sure, and didn't miss a single second of it, even regardless of how high in the sky I was. I'm going to start with someone who just deserves to get a ball because of what he's gone through with his balls.
Oh wow! Feel like I should have some sort of soundbite for this, but I don't.
You should. I feel like the dude who has struggled the most with his balls recently deserves a ball, and actually he got a game ball. He was holding it on TV post game interview. And that's like Singleton. That's
Johnny.
Yeah, well, Joe did it to me a while back. It's your turn. No, Alex Singleton, dude, to go one for one, to go through what he did, and get listen, we're dudes. We're dudes, man.
We're dudes.
And listen, if someone tells me that there is something, listen, if someone tells me that there is something wrong with that portion of my body, I am devastated. Yeah. I mean, like that's just a guy thing, right? And so he gets that news, he gets surgery, and less than 3 weeks, he missed 1 game for the Broncos. Less than 3 weeks later, he's not only on the field, but he's our third leading tackler for the game. He has the pass breakup of the game when he's not known for his pass coverage.
I said that. That's very out of character for him, but
he gets
perfect.
out there and has the most perfect pass breakup. Yep. Probably a game deciding pass breakup.
I would agree.
And does it all with this giant smile on his face the whole time. The dude's a leader. He's a captain on this team for a reason. He wears the green dot for a reason. And it was just so damn good to see him not only be on the field just a couple weeks after having that kind of life-altering experience, but to see him dominate in the way he did doing it. Game ball, Alex Singleton.
Let's go!
I mean, he deserves game ball for sure. Knew that was coming. I mean, they made a big deal about it, in the presentation of it in and itself. But man, dude, I can't imagine going through the life ups and downs that he's had in the past 3 weeks. And he just keeps on keeping on. And he had a hell of a performance. That's a phenomenal game ball. I've been a, Alex Singleton critic in the past. I thought, there's some things he doesn't do well, but the things he doesn't do well, he exceeded in tonight. Like, he played extremely well for his weaknesses tonight. He just had a baller game. Can't say enough about him. That's, everyone should give a game ball to Alex Singleton tonight.
Dude's got some balls, man.
Everybody give a ball.
So
absolutely. All right. Medlock, what's your game ball?
No, I'm going to Tim. No. We're going to
Tim. All right. We know you got it ready to go. Let's see it. What's your game ball?
Yeah.
Now you got to put me on the spot after Johnny took mine. That was an easy way out, Johnny. Just kidding.
No, you said I took your.
I know. So I'm in the crosshairs between you and Johnny, over here and over there.
Mm-hmm.
What I will say, real quick take on what Johnny said. Absolutely, Singleton came back. when you hopped on the play-by-play, I believe we even talked about him a little bit, and you Jay were saying a little bit about his imperfections, but like he showed up. So I'm gonna be the next guy over here, and I hope we all got something good to say about Singleton. That guy came back through something that none of us had to go through, and he did it with just finesse, with all his heart. You could tell it was in there. But if I'm going to go to my next one, I'm going to say Ingram stepped up. He knew that the balls were going to get thrown to him, and he did drop the first one. Let's be real about that. Yeah. He did drop the first one. But I think he got enough receptions in today where Bo Nix can go trust him now. I think that he might give Sean Payton a little bit more confidence where he can get better routes now. I truly believe that Ingram can be such an important part of this team. And he started showing that. Going back to your take, Jay, like it looked better from the bye. There's different routes, right? I'm not trying to knock the Broncos at all means. It was the same outcome in the fourth quarter. Don't get me wrong. I won't retract myself. But you were able to see Ingram actually kind of step up, like maybe not preseason Ingram. I don't know how we got so far off of that, but he showed that he was running the routes, and he actually made like 2 or 3 blocks. If you guys didn't notice, he made some key blocks. That one on the left side for Harvey, he was in on that block. So I would give mine to Ingram, bro.
No, I like that a lot. And there are a lot of times where the play doesn't go our way. And execution of play is terrible. But I can still stand back and be happy about the play call and the direction in which the offense was going. And I feel like tonight was a classic case of a lot of instances where, execution wasn't there. Like, you players F this up, but Sean Payton, love where your head's at, love where we're going here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of one of those games for me.
Can I throw just a little bit onto Tim's choice there? I mean, Evan Ingram was our leading receiver tonight. 6 for 9, 79 yards, that long yak of 41 yards.
Yakety yak.
And to your point, Tim, just like how we talked about how Alex Singleton went out of character and was very good tonight for some reason in pass defense.
For some reason,
you're one thing that Evan Ingram is not known for is being a blocking tight end.
Yep.
Yet tonight he showed up that way. So maybe to just kind of reverse to that point that Jay made about some changes that are made offensively. It feels like maybe they're like, all right, hey, let's take a look at some of your weaknesses this week. We're going to focus in.
Yeah.
Let's make those strengths.
Yep.
Or at least passable.
And maybe bringing in Mercedes Lewis, is a good role model for teaching Ingram how to block, Troutman how to block, to be a little more.
That's
effective.
A great point.
That's a great take.
Yeah. So you stole the words out of my mouth. Ingram with that long catch in the overtime, that long catch and run, that was amazing. And like I said, he was doing they had a lot more route combinations for him that I thought were really good, where he was able to get inside and then pivot and, pick whether he was going outside or inside. I thought that was really good. But so I'm going the game ball I'm going to give is kind of a something off the beaten path that you guys probably you'll probably remember the play. J.L. Skinner, number 34, punt coverage. Man, he got down there and made that tackle. I want to say it was in the fourth quarter, and made a big play. Like he beat their 34 and just got down there and made a super big tackle. And then the other one I'm gonna throw out is Benito, of course. Like I said, he said big time play. Y'all wanna go for 2? Y'all wanna see who the big dog is? I'm gonna show you who the big dog is. So he batted it down and said, "Yeah, we ain't playing this, man. We gonna take this victory and we gonna get up out of here."
Well, on that Benito thing that you're saying, I totally respect that because he played the ball and not the quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very instinctive play. Very instinctive. That's a nice. So you're giving 2 game balls out. Are you going Skinner with one and then another at the turn, like we're going snake draft here? Going back up.
You said 2. You said that it could be 2. So
you're right. Touche.
Exactly. Yeah.
Touche on your
Your
front.
fantasy football draft.
That's why I wait for everybody else to say their part.
Benito is a great steal. That's good value for that round right there, Medlock. Great draft. Great draft.
No, I want to comment on that Benito knockdown because you know that pass breakup by Benito to win the game. It shows his football IQ in a big way. Because what was Mariota doing tonight that was just killing us? And that was quick release, getting rid of that ball fast.
Dink and dunk.
And Benito, I mean, obviously he wants his sacks. That's what he wants. But he knew from the whole game that it was likely that if like you said, Tim, he played the ball, not the quarterback. He knew that ball was not going to be in his hands long enough for him to make that for him to get that sack he wanted. So he changed it up and was like, nah. I mean, football IQ on point, Benito.
Yeah, football IQ on that was total because, like, not only did he play the ball, but let's give his athleticism some credit. He had some hops on that one.
Yeah, he had some vert.
Yeah, he came in and, man, most people want that hit. Like you said, that I love it the way you put that, Johnny, because that football IQ comes in the heat of the moment. But he was thinking that before the ball got snapped. He knew what he had to do.
Well,
so that's what a football IQ is, right, Johnny? You have to know I'm not going to get in there. I can pressure him, but he's going to get rid of this ball. So what do? I put my
hands up.
He knew he should have. He was trying to make. Well, not trying. He wasn't trying to make up, but he knew he messed up on that one play where him and the other guy had Mariota, gender rights, and
don't you start saying
Mariota was able to step through and still make that throw, and then Hufanga got the pass interference call because it just happened to be. Just a second early. So yeah, he made up for that.
That's totally on him, Funga. The dude, that was.
I can't say it's on Funga. It was a second early.
No, that was on him, Funga. I don't care. I'm just saying, like
you're a Funga hater, man.
So on that note, I'm turning this ship around here. It is my turn for a game ball.
Yes, it is.
And I have passed on this opportunity for too long. Talanoa Hufanga is my first game ball.
Oh my God.
I have given grace throughout the network of everybody else gets to sing the praises of Hufanga. It is my time now. And dude, that guy is a menace on the line. The only weakness that I have seen out of our defense that Washington actually did infiltrate tonight was that we are so fast around the edges and we swarm so consistently, then straight up the middle, we are somewhat susceptible to just, the ground and pound right up the middle. Hufanga on the sides is just, it's magic to watch. It is, I know they said it on, and it's a lazy take, and I will say it's a lazy take because of the aesthetics and the college and everything, but like, he is a Palomalu Jr. It is insane to watch him fly around and just be the rogue defender that just gets to float. And Vance Joseph is the perfect defensive scheme to allow that type of person. So when he was with Arizona, he drafted a person named Isaiah Simmons that took the role of what Hufanga is as a roamer. He's a safety. He's a linebacker. He could play, up on the line as well. He's a 3-level player. And he can just absolutely, Vance Joseph can scheme up this role like to a T. And so you combine that a coach has a role already schemed out for this, but you add the player that is Hufanga, and it is the most impactful free agent signing this team has had in, I would say, since Peyton Manning. Truly. I like Johnny and sing the praises on the other side because you're the one that called it. You put your name on that. But like truly, this is developing as such to like Hufanga is making plays to the same extent of like any game changer on defense that we have seen for a long, long time. Like it's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong. He could have like lost the game for us, right? Like,
well, no, I mean, there were plenty of other plays that he won the game for us.
Yeah,
like when we are splitting opportunity cost of whether he's in or not, and the plays that he gives up because he misses a tackle by a shoestring because he's on the edge and he's just swinging his arm around to just hope and pray he, snags a shoe. But I mean,
I'm not saying he didn't make great plays. I just think that one at the end of the game was like, bro, you can't do that at this point of the game and give them a whole nother set of downs.
Yeah.
But like I said,
he changes everything.
Mariota was about to get sacked. So it was even incredible that he was able to get the throw off, so it was just a timing thing. Like, I don't think it was like he meant to do it or anything like that. It just was a play that happened.
I think he couldn't stop his forward momentum is what it really came down to on that.
Exactly.
He couldn't stop the forward momentum he had running up to the back of the receiver and just kind of collided, so to speak.
Just quickly, 13 total tackles, 10 solo tackles, 2 tackles for a loss. Like his box score,
one pass defense. One pass
defense. His box score reigns supreme. Always does.
He's bad. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. He's bad. It's just that play when it comes down to it. Are you going to go through all that to do it and then maybe just give up the game? That's what surprised me is because he played such a great game. He's had such a great season to give up a bonehead play. Because I don't care what any of you guys say. You guys can disagree with me if you want. That was a bonehead play. He had time to stop. He got there way too early. And if we're all just going to be the fans that are Broncos and support everybody, that's one thing. But if we want to be
these lenses are blue and orange, Tim.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Through everything that he had, that one play was like you could have just erased everything that you did.
Agreed.
That's my point.
Okay. I'd like to throw my 2 cents on that part.
All right.
If I could, just real quick. You can't expect everybody to be perfect all the time.
Tim.
And you can't. You can't.
Oh my God.
Everybody's
wrong.
These dudes, they're human. And every now and let's be honest, the good he does so far outweighs the mistakes he makes.
It's
and
6'7",
man. Every now and then a mistake. Yeah, shut up. Mistakes are going to be made. It's going to happen. Everybody's going to make one here and there, and that's what it was. That was his mistake. But again, 13. That was the only penalty called on him.
But it was a huge one. That's the only thing I want you to realize. It was for the game. That was a game that could have possibly been a game when it could have been a game winning.
Agreed.
That's all I'm saying.
But I'm gonna throw this out there. Another dude that you talked about it, Jay. You talked about how he's like the most impactful player to come to the Broncos as a free agent since Peyton Manning.
I believe that. Name another free agent.
Let's talk about another clutch free agent signing that the Denver Broncos did once in a cornerback that actually came from Washington to Denver named Champ freaking Bailey. Okay,
yeah, but that was a trade. That wasn't a free agency.
Okay, sorry, you're right. But again, a dude who
he went for Clinton Portis.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. It was a trade, but a dude who came from another team to the Broncos and became a game-wrecking, game-changing dude for the Denver Broncos. And I'm going to throw it out there. He made several mistakes in his career that almost cost us games.
What?
You know, just it happened. It happened. He had pass interference pass interferences called on him. I remember it vividly in 2007. I don't remember which team we were playing, but he had a game where he nearly cost us the game on a
Sure,
PI.
you're not talking about
2-yard
Boss
line.
Bailey, his brother.
No, no, it's not Boss.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I vividly remember Champ Bailey.
He had a good half
right
a
around
season.
2007 because I was in college, and he had a PI on the 2-yard line with like less than 20 seconds left in the game. Nearly cost us that game. Everyone's going to make a mistake from time to time, but the good he does so far outweighs the couple of missteps that I can't. I'm not even going to look at those missteps at all. He is that good.
So blind faith from you, Medlock. What do you think?
So I was just going to say he was talking about a free agent. I was just going to look. I can't remember right offhand. Emmanuel Sanders, was he a free agent signing?
No, we traded him from. Was he?
No, he was. He was
was
because
pretty
he was
sure
in
he
Kansas
The Steelers-
City about to sign, and we yanked him from the interview. Like, nope, you're coming to Denver.
Nice pull. I thought it was a trade from the Steelers.
I was just because I was pretty sure it was free agent, but I think that was a very impactful sign for us too. He definitely had a very good impact on the time he was here with us. So, but blind faith on what we were talking about.
Hufanga.
Hufanga, no. I mean, he's Tim, man. You're a Hufanga hater, man. I just especially
Johnny
I
is
ain't
president of
hating.
the
I
fan
just
club.
said it was an
Johnny is
play.
totally president of the
Even
Hufanga fan club.
even last week, you were like, "Oh, he missed that one tackle at the end of the game."
He did miss the tackle on Kelsey for a touchdown.
Hey, you're not gonna make every single tackle.
Oh my gosh, those are two huge plays. What do you guys don't get about this? I don't get that. I'm not
Because
saying
it
he's not. Dude,
because
you
it
can make
didn't-
10 tackles in all game, but the one that matters is that because that Kelsey touchdown, they went ahead, and we had to go back and get the lead.
All I know is we got the dub, so that's all. You know.
You know,
know?
Metloff.
And what's crazy is this
with the
play
mic
Tim's
drop
talking
there.
about. They're showing it on Sports Center right now with Scott Van Pelt. Like literally, they're talking about this defensive PI by Hufanga right now.
You know what?
on
It's
Sports
been
Center.
a long day on this podcast. All right, you know what I mean. I'm a little cranky right now. You
I'm
know
just
what?
saying-
So don't mess with
Here,
me.
Tim, eat a Snickers.
All right.
Like I said, all I gotta say is, like I said, Hufanga
No way. Is he here? Is he here?
He's been a very
He's
impactful
here.
player for us. You know, the whole season, and you know whether he gets a couple of penalties here and there, man. As long as it didn't cost us the game, it may have came close, but the dude is making a lot more plays than he's costing us. So,
Bronco Rob, after
You're right.
dark over here.
Okay, yeah, Bronco Rob, are you in your OF mode, or are you like you're still with us, right?
No, motherfucker, I'm not in OF mode. I just want to say two things. One, Denver's 10-2. Okay, three things. One,
Okay,
Denver's 10-2. Two, we got the dub, and three, Kansas City can suck it.
Yeah.
Johnny, do you have the jump button ready?
Don't
You
you
have
button
what?
me. Don't you
jump
button
button.
me.
I'll never dump Rob. Never dump Rob. No matter how drunk he is when he joins the
Hey, I did 5 hours today.
I
Hey,
know
I'm
you
still
did.
going, Rob. I've been with her every second, bro. Every second.
And
what-
Tim's been there.
Yeah. What I will say is at halftime, I go pour another one. He goes, "No, I can't get too drunk." This is his words to me at halftime. I can't get too drunk. We gotta finish this show. And then he comes out, and then after the play-by-play, he goes, "Yeah, I'm a little drunk. Yeah."
I hit a point and I said,
All right, are you
F it.
still with me?
Hey, Rob, I will say, man, that was a great play-by-play with you, man. I really
Did
did
anyone hear
enjoy
me?
that. Johnny even said earlier, I go, "It's a lot, Johnny." He goes, "But you enjoyed it." And you know what, Johnny? You're fucking right, bro. Excuse my language. You're
shit.
freaking right, man. Because
Bro,
I
it's
did
almost
enjoy that.
midnight. I don't give a shit.
I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it that much, Johnny. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. And it was honestly a blast to do that, dude.
It's fire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I could get back to it this week.
Yeah, man, and I'll be with you next week for sure. I won't be in the air at the time. So Jay, we want to keep it rolling because I got another game ball to give.
Yep, I was gonna say. Rob, were those your only 3 points you had there, sir?
Wait, what segment are we on?
Anything on the key card?
Okay.
We're tossing around some balls, bruh.
Balls. Okay. I'm gonna give 2 game balls. And they're both gonna be on the defensive side.
Okay.
I'm gonna give a game ball to Alex Singleton because
Already done.
damn it.
All right, swing and a miss. Let's keep
All right,
going.
swing and a miss. And then the other game ball I'm gonna give is to Riley Moss for the fact that I don't think, and again, I've been drinking, so I apologize, but I don't think Riley Moss had a PI penalty this game.
0.
Ray Hast, I believe.
Yep. Ray said
Let's go, Riley Moss. Let's go.
No PIs tonight.
No, go back and watch the footage, and every time they threw out Riley Moss, Bronco Rob goes, "No pass interference. There's no pass interference."
No.
Yeah, there's no flag. Let's go to the next play.
The first pass deflection he had, he went off like crazy because there was no flag, and I was like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
Well, hey, I mean, let's be honest. The amount of PIs called on the dude this season, it led to a meme that was going around during the bye week that said, Riley Moss just became the first, player to get a pass during the bye week.
Yeah.
So for him to get 0 tonight, well done. I love it.
Dude, I'm telling you.
He played like
well.
a G tonight, I'll tell you that.
By the way, Ray Haas, like the new screen name, username, whatever you call it in
here's the
AIM
thing.
world nowadays.
It's a YouTube thing. I'm not sure why it did it, but YouTube did this update to where almost everybody's names that they had on there changed to the email that they created their account with.
Oh my gosh!
Mine went back to being like my high school email address. That one guy, that one day, from like when I was 16 years old, 20 years ago, and so I had to actually go change it back.
Is that like a My Chemical Romance quote or something?
It was just.
I noticed that on Tuesday when Jay was on and I commented and it didn't say Tim Dog, and I was like, because they even had to take a step back, and he's like Tim Dog.
You have to go in on YouTube and change your name back, basically, to what your screen name is. It's weird.
Come on, John, have our backs already. Come on, dude.
What do you want from me? What do I do all damn week long, Tim? Is have everybody on this network's backs.
Sounds like some work needs to be done.
Johnny
there.
is the backbone of the network. I don't care what anybody says.
Savage said,
have another one, Rob.
773 says.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I will take, just like I do for work, I'll take a week off. Let's see how well this network runs if I take a week off.
I got you, Johnny.
Hey, on your vacation, it ran okay. You were plugging in, but you know what? Everyone had your back, Johnny.
I know, but hey, every thumbnail, every show schedule, every bio was still me on vacation, baby.
And we appreciate that, Johnny. All day.
Just saying. Mm-hmm. All right, but for real though,
corn and I don't care.
Oh, yeah, well, I do love me some corn, especially cream corn.
That's true.
Anyway, here we go.
Whose game ball is it on?
It's mine. We diverted for Bronco Rob after dark.
Hey, barely peeking through the brick. He's like,
no, Rob, I really want you to take that blanket and peek it down a little bit for us there, buddy. I know you're not wearing a shirt right now.
If that kind of pops out at me, Rob, I'm gonna be pissed.
He's like,
shut up, I'm comfy.
Nipple.
There he is.
Hey.
All right, he's still rocking it. All right. For real though,
Johnny, what's your second game ball? Who's your next main squeeze here?
You know what? I might be taking the easy way out on this, but I'm giving it to Bo Nix. I'm giving it to Bo Nix.
Damn it,
Listen,
Johnny!
Whatever, man. Do it. Say what you want. I got to give it to Bo Nix because we said it earlier. You asked me what is the catalyst? What makes these fourth quarters, and these clutch wins happen? It's Bo Nix. It's Bo Nix. It's Bo Nix. It's Bo Nix. I said it earlier. Bo Nix has become the Broncos. Bo Nix 29. Yes. Bo Nix, 29 for 45, 321 yards, touchdown. He did throw a pick. Okay, so it balanced there. He took one sack. All right. But here's some other a few other things for him too, right? He ran the ball twice for a total of 16 yards on in clutch moments where it needed to happen to extend a drive. Well done there. By the way, on SportsCenter just a moment ago, they announced that he is now the leading passer in the NFL right now, above Dak Prescott, as of tonight. So, dude, I mean, he just surpassed Dak Prescott as the leading passer in the NFL right now. I mean, I gotta give the guy some flowers on that. I honestly was not going to give him my game ball. So while we were live and Joe was giving his game balls and I saw that pop up on SportsCenter, I was like, dude, I have to now. So, dude, that's my game ball. I got to give it to Bo because as Bo goes, so goes the Broncos.
I like it.
That makes sense. Medlock, Tim, any response to that? You disagree? Do you want Bo to go kick rocks?
No, never. No. Bo. I mean, let's get it. I mean, if he's surpassing something like that and doing something great, let's get it going. It's not 100% there. What I will say is it's a work in progress, and I want it to be a work in progress before the playoffs because we are going to make the playoffs. We are going to keep winning games. I just want it to be a better system for Bo to be able to succeed in the playoffs and not going into a Buffalo game like we did last year and there's nothing but loss. So, I mean, if you went 2 on yours, I will give it this for Bo.
Love it.
But what I will say, my second one will be off the injury, man. PS2 came through. There was one play where I saw that he was not in a position to make a play. One play. When me and Bronco were doing the play-by-play, I even called it on that. It was a little out and in, and he bit. He thought he was going sideline quick. They made the tackle, but it went for like 16 yards or something like that. But I can take that all day. So if I got to pick a number 2, I'll go PS2 coming off that injury and coming back because T-Mac looked nice, dude. And I'm not going to lie, man. I said this earlier. T-Mac is one of the best route runners in the NFL. And if anybody wants to disagree with that, they're crazy because
that's scary.
If he has the right quarterback, if Daniels is in there, oh, man. Dude, T-Mac is
terrifying.
Amazing route runner. I'm not going to say a TO or Megatron, but the route runner that he is, dude, it's crazy to cover him. So for a PS2 to come off an injury, that'll be my second one.
I love that. 4 tackles solo, pass defense for the, I mean, and he did struggle on. There was that moment that when we were live on the Game Time show where Mariota made that run, and PS2 tried gave it everything he could to keep him in bounds, but the momentum was on Mariota. It was on his side, and he just could not quite keep him in. But I mean, he is back to doing what he does. He was shutting down his side of the field, and cannot be overlooked.
No, I mean, it's not every day you get the best defensive player in the world back on your team, just randomly drop back into your lineup. They made it
Like he took a step back.
Yeah. I mean, they made it a big point, pregame to say that. He made a big difference, but again, PS2 and like cornerback in itself is just one of those things where like if we don't hear his name, that's a good thing. Like if he's not on the box score, that's a good thing. So like it's always just such an underappreciated role that he holds. And we just don't understand what it means on the back end as far as how Vance Joseph can scheme up the defense just because of the security blanket he provides of just shielding in an entire side of the field. So, like, I feel like we should give him a game ball every week, even though, his box score is not amazing. Like, there's nothing that jumps out at us about PS2 today, but he's insane, man.
But like you said, there's a reason for that. If you don't hear his name, that's a good thing.
It is a great thing.
That's damn good.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're not wrong.
So,
all right, who's next up in here? Medlock?
Well, Joe already gave.
You want the snake
you.
draft route?
It's you, bro.
No, I was just gonna say one thing that really impressed me tonight too was when Mariota didn't have that time, and it was he threw the interception to Greenlaw. Yeah, I mean he held it for like 5-6 seconds, and then tried to make a play happen. So when they actually didn't get the pressure on him, he couldn't step up and make the play. And we got the interception. Greenlaw tried to make a dang good play on defense, and like I said, we find a way to win, and that's why I said that I have, of course, have some apprehensions, but we're gonna get it done, man. We're 10-2, and like I said, 2 plays away from being undefeated or just with 1 loss. So however you want to look at it, man, we had an exceptional season, and I just don't want to be like the Philly fans who are already booing their former, they just won a championship last year. It's not enough for them, So I just think we just gotta appreciate the team as is, and man, we're that close.
Joe, the words out of your mouth is Philly always has something to complain about, right?
Always, dude. Always.
It's such a great point, man.
Yeah.
That's a great
That
point.
is.
We don't want to be snobby NFL fans thinking that we are guaranteed these victories and that we can scoff at how the victories are come by. We can't just win pretty. We can't dictate how the wins come.
Mm-hmm.
10-2. It says 10-2. Your record speaks for itself. You are what your record says you are.
Yeah.
No, it makes a big
All right,
difference.
Jay.
All right.
Let's hear yours.
I'm going out of the box, but honestly, it's just another week that we have evidence to kind of, at least from my perspective, support how lucky we are to have the riches we do in the draft class we just had. And that's RJ Harvey. RJ Harvey doesn't have a specific line item in a box score that jumps out at you. He only averaged 2.7 a carry, 35 yards, yawn fest, 13 carries, not a big deal. Now he did have 2 tutties on the ground. That's going to be your high point here. And from a receiving standpoint, only 27 yards receiving, wasn't terribly involved, 3 receptions. But what it is a big deal to me, at least, is when Dobbins went down, we looked at this offense of, oh crap, like we all think and know that we need to run the ball more, and we're just losing our leading rusher. We're losing the guy, the focal point of our offense that has made our offense churn up until now. And we didn't know if Harvey could shoulder that load in that injury. What is nice to see out of Harvey is that he has continued to be dynamic on both sides. It's always a tell when Tyler Baday's out. And honestly, it's kind of a tell when Jalil's out as to what the play is going to be, because you have certain personnels of their skill sets. But when Harvey's out, you don't know, because Harvey is dynamic in all facets. He's well-rounded. And we are just so lucky to have him as opposed to like a Samaje Perine, or someone else that we've had in the past that's been the second fiddle to our starter, so that if our starter goes out, oh crap, we have absolutely no depth and we're running out someone that like the defense can easily scheme against.
Melvin Gordon. Sorry.
Correct. Melvin Gordon, 100%. But the defenses knew what to expect, and Harvey is a running back that can do so many different things that, like, again, the numbers aren't going to tell the story, but it keeps defenses honest about how to scheme against our offense, and I think that will pay dividends, and it has continued throughout this year. So game ball to RJ Harvey, just for the role he plays in this offense moving forward to me.
I like that because you know what? Like, you always also have to put a man on Harvey when he's not running it.
Always.
You gotta you take one out of the box just to go with Harvey. So
respect that man.
I like that, Jay.
That's great.
I seen a stat earlier after the game. I want to say it was right after the game because he got one of the game balls for Sunday night, and I think he was the first rookie running back in some years for the Broncos to get 4 touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns in their rookie season. So yeah, definitely good. He's been dynamic in some good plays, and he's had a little couple stumbles, but man, I've been pleasantly happy with him, especially since Dobbins been out. So yeah, definitely good.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. You're right, Jay. Nothing jumps off the box score at me. I don't look at this and go, "Oh yeah, all right."
RJ Harvey game.
It's not the dominance that we saw in the run game from J.K. Dobbins, but Tim, you said it. You said it perfect. He changes the game whether he touches the ball or not, because the moment he moves, someone's got to pick him up, and that takes away double teams. That takes away pass rushes. He changed. Again, whether he touches the ball, he changes the dynamic just by being on the field, and that's why Jay. That's a great game ball.
Under the radar.
And he had a couple of good pass blocks too.
Pass pro. You're right.
He's getting better in his pass pro for sure.
He is.
Yeah.
Well, you could tell early in the season he was a little bit more scared, and now he's like, I gotta be that dude. So Joe, you're right.
He's like, I'll put you on your butt.
Well, and not to be mean, but like if he can unlock that trait and replace the touches that Tyler Bidet is currently getting in a third down situation, I mean, do we need Tyler Bidet? No, obviously we don't.
You seen that got pushed down? I mean, the dude didn't even try.
Careful.
The dude just like that.
You're gonna make George mad. You're gonna make George mad.
Jaleel ain't gonna be on this roster next year. He could barely make this roster this year. I mean, sorry about it, but is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Any honorable mentions just to pass through here?
If I can go first.
Okay. Go ahead.
My honorable mention is definitely going to go not to a player or a coach. Nobody that's in the NFL is going to go to this network, and it's going to be Bronco Rob. That guy's a diehard for this network. And when I talked to him before the play-by-play, obviously we did the pregame, and I've done pregame before. I wasn't worried about it. But the play-by-play, I was a little bit, and we literally had because he went and ate something and poured himself a drink, and I did the same thing. So when we got back in the lobby, we're like getting ready to go, and I'm like, how do you want to do this? And he's like, oh, it's easy. And I'm like, I'm just going to follow you, bro. And he goes, give it a couple plays. And I know I already said this earlier, but he made me feel very comfortable in that play-by-play, which I've never done before and which I never wanted to do. I'm going to be honest with you, Johnny, about that, because we talked on the phone earlier. Not that I don't want to be a big part of this network, because we all are. But I'll tell you what, man, Bronco Rob is a diehard for this network. And he had my back today. And he's like, Tim, you got this. And he gave me confidence and less ease. And then all of a sudden, he's like, how do you want to do this? You want to go one by one, or do you want to go drive by? I go, we can go one by one. And he was on a lag, and we figured that lag out. He was like 4 seconds, 5 seconds behind me. So when a play happened, he was like, I had to wait to celebrate or do something like that, so he can call his play and get his time in. And we communicated very well. And I'm gonna tell you what, that wasn't me going in like a natural part of the play-by-play segment, which Johnny put up for all of us. That was Bronco Rob giving me the comfortability and just everything he did for me today. I thought it was awesome. So I'm gonna give that to Bronco Rob. So I know I know he's not watching right now, but I want to give that to him.
As the dude that keeps the lights on for this network, I've got to throw my 2 cents in on Bronco Rob.
Go for it, my bro.
So Rob came. I brought him onto the network when he was let go from Orange Weekly, because I was like, I want him here. But for a while there, he hadn't been able to do much of anything because of job constraints and other things. He comes to me one day. Now, bear in mind, when it came to play-by-play, I think I was really the only one on this network that had ever done it before.
Okay.
I had done it on The Neighborhood, and I was very comfortable with it. I even hosted as the host of The Neighborhood on the MHRT network for quite a while, on several occasions. And he came to me and he said, I want to do this thing.
Okay.
And I was excited because I've been wanting one, but I didn't have the time to commit every week to the Game Time show. He came to me and he said, I want to do this. And the first time he did it, he said the same thing you did, Tim. He's like, this is basically, it's his show. The game, the bucking booth is Bronco Rob's show. That is his show.
Yes, sir.
And he said to me on that first game, the very first time we did it, 3-4 weeks ago, he's getting ready to host this thing. And he said, I am nervous as hell because I've never done this. And I said to him, dude, you're going to be all right. You got this. And literally, just like you said, Tim, 2-3 plays in, he took hold and he was the host and he ran with it and he has killed it ever since. He is such a great, driver for that show. And I'm so thankful that we have him and that we have that show now. And yeah, all the kudos in the world, Bronco Rob.
Yeah, man. He just gave me the encouragement and the confidence, and what you gave him, it all passes down. And like I said, I really just got to give it to that guy. Bronco Rob, nothing but love for you. Hope you see this tomorrow.
He's here. He's reciprocating.
All right.
We got reciprocation.
There we
Whatever
go.
that,
Before we I do actually have an honorable mention.
Oh, you do?
I do. The
floor is yours.
It's another kind of different one. Tim Dog gave it to Bronco Rob. Mine's not to a player, coach, or any member of the Broncos staff either.
Oh wow.
Mine is to Broncos country, but specifically.
Oh wow.
Broncos country who refuses to ever miss a game, no matter what. I'm giving it to my fellow passengers on flight 3524 from Denver, Colorado to Nashville, Tennessee tonight, because there were a bunch of us on that plane who knew who were watching the game faithfully and refused to let the people that were like, no, it's we're flying, I want to sleep, bring us down. And we were we're absolutely like, no, I'm gonna be loud, I'm gonna be proud, even on an airplane. Go Broncos!
You can do it.
So honorable mention to Broncos country because we have the best fans in the NFL. That's it.
There you go. I can get with that.
That's a broad stroke we can all get behind here. Yeah, man. I mean, it's easy. It's easy to be, happy-go-lucky. We got positive vibes. Like things are good, guys. Like we can run another week here of smiles on our face. And at the end of the day, maybe sports, are in the driver's seat of my emotions too much during the week on a day-to-day basis, but we've got good vibes to roll on right now. And I won't even get on my soapbox out of their sports. If we just focus on football in and itself, the Broncos, ladies and gentlemen, are number one in the AFC right now. Number one. Like,
Yep.
Soak this in. Again, we can pick apart W's. We can choose how we want to win, like, you know, and we can be nitpicky. But at the end of the day, it's a dub. Like we're rolling. Like everything is positive. There are no repercussions. I can't believe this is my life. The LeBron meme, you know, like unbelievable. You know, all of the above. Boys, any final thoughts to this game before we get out of here? Johnny, your hands raised.
It's one of our comments, actually. I've been looking at it for a while, and I want to bring it up.
Roll her back.
Ray Hass says this, and I'm going to add to it. He says, AFC West, because think about this. In back-to-back weeks now, we have beaten the last year's AFC West champs and the NFC East champs. In addition, we've beaten both Super Bowl champs, or both Super Bowl teams from last year. Think about that. That's what this team is capable of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Payton? Who are you scared of? Nobody. I mean, we say it as a negative connotation if we play down to our competition, but we also play up to our competition in the same breath.
And we play Vegas next week. Like we have a really good game against Vegas. We get it going. We go at home against Green Bay with that momentum. Like I said, I have nothing to fear, man. The Bronco country should be happy. They should be enjoying it, man. Just bathe in it, you know, and just know the defense is going to get us where we need to be. The offense is going to be sufficient too.
The sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. Yeah. Brody, those are, mean, hurtful words that we keep positive around here, and we will spin those, to non-derogatory terms. But you know what is the World Wide Web? You are entitled to your opinions. We just don't share those opinions here. So on that note,
Brody.
I'm going to say this right now, Brody Life, that last comment that you put right after the STFU, you put one more of those up, you're kicked. Because that is derogatory, that is disgusting, and it is offensive, and we don't roll that way here. You want to come in and say that you hate the Broncos suck, whatever, fine. But you leave derogatory terms like that out of it, or you're kicked.
We're walking out the door just the same, okay? So wave goodbye.
Hold on. You guys say this. Nah, chill out, Jay. I'm just a salty Raiders fan. And then he said, y'all keep smashing, man.
See, for Brody, I thought you were a Westbrook fan because they're Brodies. And so I thought I was dealing with the Westbrook gang. And I have had that mistake before in life that I have poked the bear when it comes to Russell Westbrook gangs. And I will not do that any longer. So
Brody,
each their own.
Brody, when you get in the car, as long as you do the 10 and the 2, that's all you need to do. 10 and 2. Do 10 and 2. That's all you got to do, man. Just do that for me, all right? That way you got to be salty. You just got to make sure you're safe. 10 and 2.
Yeah. I'm going to say that, to Brody, last thing. I appreciate you kind of coming back on that right there. All I ask, we have no problem on this network, none whatsoever, of opposing fans popping in to say to give their 2 cents, their trash talk, whatever. Just please leave the derogatory, terms out of it. You know what I mean? Like that, because that kind of thing, we try to stay away from that here.
But Johnny, if I can bring up one more thing, when me and Bronco Rob were on the play-by-play, I forget what it's actually called, but all the comments that came.
The raid.
The raid.
Yeah.
That was an awesome experience to be a part of.
Bronco Tom Rob Grossi, man.
And I saw it, and both of us kind of were like, oh, panicked. We're happy at the same time. And it's like it was too much coming through to even read a comment. So to come through like that, man, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you and Jay have experienced that.
We have. We've experienced raids before, but never from Tom Grossi.
Yeah, not a Grossi raid, but we have had raids.
We've never gotten a Grossi raid. So the fact that we got a Grossi raid tonight while you guys were hosting
that's a good raid.
It made me feel huge. On top, and Bronco Rob once again is like, Tim, this is what's going on. He kind of had to put me on a little bit. So I'm never ever gonna be a glory hound. But that was an awesome feeling to be on this network on a play-by-play that I was scared to do, that I did do, and Bronco Rob helped me through it. And then that bombard
Then you
came
get a
through,
raid.
that raid came through, and I'm like,
Dude, there's
what do
nothing
I
like a
do
raid.
now?
Oh,
And
There's
it
nothing
was-
like a raid.
It was an awesome feeling. So I want to give them a shot. Oh man, dude, thank you for the opportunity. I know you said pregame, play-by-play, postgame is up for anybody. I appreciate that, Johnny. One thing I will say is I love the Mile High Outcasts. I love being a guest, but all this that raid, man, was one of the best feelings I've ever had, man.
Oh, it's great. It's great. And no, I'm glad you're here, both of you guys. Like,
Very
you're the
much so.
newest. You are the newest recruits on the network, and Mile High Outcast, kicking ass, taking names. I'm proud of you, Oja Puppy.
It's a puppy. Is he a
killing it.
good boy? I have to ask. Is he a good boy?
Oh,
She, Foxy
Oh,
Brown.
is she a good boy?
She's
she's beautiful. Brody, popping back in one last time, Jay.
Oh, I was gonna say, do my best to be safe. But yeah, he's a real AFC West. Broncos are the team I respect the most. F the Chiefs and the Chargers. Broncos are really playing very fun and good football. And you know what? It's nice to be appreciated from the division because I feel like they are the, close enemies that have seen our downfall for so long and can appreciate us as a fandom where we've been because they see us twice a year. They've seen how bad it's been. So like they kind of understand that, like, oh, you know what, you guys, good for you. Like, you're chipping away at it.
Well, I mean, you can go back to 2003, when the Raiders actually had a run for it. I mean, they didn't win it against Tampa Bay, but, I didn't want them to go anywhere. But actually, when they got to the Super Bowl, I was like, they got there. So I get what you say. You're salty because your team's losing. But then to come back and give props, that's always awesome.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'd like to give one last. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry. I know everybody's exhausted.
But
Everybody wants to
before you say that, Gabriel in the house,
Gabriel
Caldera, they do suck. Longer than us, but we've been in the pit of misery, dilly. We've both been in for a hot second. Yeah, we both understand.
I just want to throw in one last thought on my honorable mention to Broncos country. I want you guys to look up at our viewership and how many are still live with us right now.
I've been looking at it.
We are all going to be absolutely exhausted in the morning when we got to get up for work, because for me it's 1:10 in the morning right now.
Good God,
but
yes, it is.
I want to point out how many members of Broncos country are still live with us this late at night right now, hanging out, listening, and talking to us. Broncos country, best fans in the NFL.
They know they want to be.
It's a school night.
Yeah. The tweet the other day.
We're getting off the Thanksgiving break. I got all my kids going to school, and my oldest daughter starts a new job tomorrow, which I got to take her. So
Hey, there
yeah,
you go.
it is getting late, but you know what, man? All our kids know why we do this. They see how happy it makes us, and that's the goal. Earlier on the play-by-play, my 13-year-old, I turned around and go say hey, and she was in her Bo Nix jersey, and
Nice.
she said hey. So
Nice,
yeah,
dude.
that was dope.
That's awesome.
So
Awesome. We got Brown Shahib in 786. Go Broncos. Appreciate you being in the house. New name, at least for me.
Like I said, a lot more Bronco fans have seem to be popping over here.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Brody Life. Very much so. Appreciate you. Like, we've said in the past here, we welcome all fandoms. So please like, share, and subscribe. Keep up with us. We're just a bunch of guys, just a bunch of dudes hanging out, talking sports, talking shop.
One more to Bronco Rob. He says, yes, it's the first.
Brother,
Yo,
brother.
I gotta
Brody.
throw this.
Tim finally won a Raider fan over. We went to the Raider game, and
Good
Tim was
job,
trying
Tim.
so hard. He was trying so hard to get a Raiders fan, and the guy
You
was
guys
like,
got
"No."
it.
What,
You guys got
what was it?
Remember, we went to the Raiders game, and you were trying so hard to get that dude. He was a Raiders fan in front of us in the beer line, and he was like, "No, absolutely not. No."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Yo.
we got a Raider fan tonight, so.
Yeah, and he says it right here. All love, y'all. Let's hope my Raiders are better next year so I can talk shit and back it up. LOL.
There we go. There we go.
Should've
I worked hard for that.
I'm here
I worked
for it.
hard
Those
for that one,
problems.
so I appreciate
Let's
you.
go. But yo, I gotta throw this out there before we leave, because I was talking about how tired we all are, and it's 1:10 in the morning here and all that a minute ago, right? My boss just texted me and he's like, "Go Broncos!" He's not a diehard Broncos fan by any means. He just likes football, but he goes, "Go Broncos!" What a game! Then he says, "And yes, it's late. You are live."
Yeah.
So my boss just chiming in to say, "Yeah, you're still live."
I'll be watching your
Hey,
time.
Johnny's
clock
like, you
tomorrow
don't know what it took to get back here, okay? You don't know, but
Yep.
you made the podcast and you're going to work, so Johnny, you're doing something right.
That's right. That's right.
It's true. And gentlemen, on that note, let's do our final adieus. So I'm gonna get a nice little, mile high salute going on here. What a night, guys. Stacking them victories. Oh my gosh, David talks Broncos. David, appreciate you dropping in there, sir, on the wee hours of the morning. We got 1:13 Central. It'd be 12:13 Mountain. But yeah, man, we're into the late night hours here. So very much appreciate you chilling out here.
The nightcap hours.
Ooh, I will always put this up here. Mahomes is regression. Bo Nix is ascending.
Hot take. That's a hot take.
David,
That's a hot
slap that on a T-shirt, man. You'll sell them. That line in itself. Appreciate that. And he's saying like the stream. Always appreciate David. He's got great stuff out there. David talks Broncos. David talks sports. David talks Buffs. Man, he's got amazing Buffalo coverage for all you Colorado Buffalo fans out there. So please go find him on all the social medias. He's everywhere.
If we're talking college, real quick, Ohio State still number one.
No.
Oh my
Let's not forget about
No.
Is it
No.
really
What
bad?
does that mean?
Come on. Come on.
Are
Come
you
on,
serious
guys.
right now, bro?
Just say it. Just say it.
Oh my gosh. See, I knew we kept it over, Johnny, maybe another 5 minutes too late here. We almost skipped over the Ohio State talk here, but
Oh God, I was hoping and praying.
yeah.
I was hoping
David
for
says,
Thursday.
I hate my life as a Buffalo fan, but I love my life as a Bronco fan. It is truly the two sides of a coin here. But
Broncos, Nuggets, Avalanche. Let's go, baby.
yeah, let's go.
Buff basketball, man, they look pretty hot
That's
right
true.
now.
Buff basketball.
Yeah, they
that's
do.
Very true.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do.
You're not wrong there. But gentlemen, my gosh, it's been fun chatting with you. Past midnight for you Mountain folks, past 1 o'clock for you Central folks, and thusly with all your other time zones. But
And I've been
gentlemen,
traveling all day.
yeah, man, me too, Johnny. I'm with you, man. It's been
Shout
a
out to
lot.
y'all.
I'm ready to pass the F out, but
Yeah.
Broncos victory, 10 wins, boys. We're going to the playoffs. I mean, it's happening. But and just real quick, I'm so sorry. I meant to say something. Over under was 9.5 for this year, boys. We just made money.
Oh snap! I gotta check my
Let's
bet.
go.
I just made some money.
Yeah, so for all you degenerates out there that hopped on that 9.5 poll for the week or for the year, you bet your bottom dollars. Yeah. Cash me outside.
We got
Absolutely.
All
All right, folks. Let's get a mile high salute out here. Let's soak it in for another week duration.
Jay.
Johnny, what do you got?
We got to do it. We got to do it. These
Hold
guys
on.
have never done it.
A little.
pause.
Oh
Yeah.
I've never done it.
They have never done the Orange and Blue Network born Mile High Five.
You better take a deep breath, boys. You might strain
All
yourself.
right. Yeah. All right. So to end the show right here, right now. You know, the Broncos killing it, so we gotta do it. This was born here, and it will always be a part of us. It's very easy. You're gonna put your arms out as far as you can, and when I scream it, you're gonna give me a big mile high five as high above your head as you can, clapping your hands. You ready?
Tim Dog, you can't laugh while doing this.
All right, no, you gotta do it. You ready? All right, Broncos country. The Denver Broncos are 10-2, top of the division, top of the AFC. We're going to the playoffs. We're going to dominate. We're keeping it rolling. So I want you to get your arms out with me as far as you can and give me a big five.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Absolutely. I feel like that's a great way to end the show. And on that note, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I hope you get some great sleep. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all. Hope you had a great holiday weekend. What a great way to top the weekend off. And on to the pit of misery that is Mondays. So let's go, Broncos country!
Up your feelings, always got the